Overcooked 2 was provided to Level Down Games by Team 17 for the purpose of this review. The original Overcooked burst onto the scene in 2016 and really took on a mind of its own throughout the gaming community. Twitch streamers and influencers alike could not stop talking about the game and the pure fun they were having by simulating a cooking scenario. Jessica and I picked up the game when it released on the Nintendo Switch, and while I admit I did get frustrated with Overcooked, that didn't take away from the fact that we had an absolute blast and many laughs playing together frequently. Because of that, I was overjoyed when Ghost Town Games and Team 17 announced Overcooked 2 at Nintendo's E3 Direct presentation. And the best part was, we'd be able to continue our journey on the Nintendo Switch without having to wait. Overcooked 2 picks up right where the original left off in terms of hectic kitchens and insane gameplay mechanics. The biggest thing worth mentioning right out of the gate is that online multiplayer is included this time around. While the original only made it possible to create dishes and cause utter chaos via local couch co-op, you can now jump into the mix with up to 3 other chefs via online multiplayer, which is a huge addition. For those who missed out on the original, the basic premise for Overcooked 2 has you driving around an overworld map from level to level. Much like a mobile title, each level can be completed with 1 to 3 stars depending on your overall score at the end. The higher the score, the more stars awarded. As you progress further and further into the game, you'll need an increasingly higher amount of stars to unlock levels, so you'll want to aim to be the best chef possible in each stage. Once you get into a level, you're given a rundown of what food you'll actually be preparing and general tips of how to do so. Each stage is timed, so careful planning is needed in order to truly make the most of your experience and get the highest amount of points possible. We found it best to assign certain jobs or tasks to individual chefs based on strengths, but do whatever works best for you. You'll begin each level by rushing to the ingredient storage boxes and quickly setting up the first few orders. From there, everything typically falls apart and it's a madhouse, as each player rushes around and tries to keep things in order and hopefully stop the kitchen from catching on fire. One thing that I thought was a great new feature was the dynamic nature of the kitchen stages. For example, you start out cooking on a hot air balloon on a nice peaceful day. Suddenly, the skies turn gray and lightning begins flashing all around as a storm picks up. Your hot air balloon finds itself getting struck by lightning and now plummeting down to the ground, all whilst the kitchen and balloon itself is being thrown around the screen and you're still concentrating on making dishes. You crash land in the middle of a busy street with the storm still raging, but you're not done, as these customers still want their food. This example and many others found within Overcooked 2 really added some enjoyment to the otherwise same rotation of kitchen styles you see throughout the game. There is a story mode once again which is simplistic and narrative, but it serves its purpose well of introducing new players and seasoned veterans alike back to the land of Overcooked. Something goes horribly wrong and the kingdom is plagued with zombies known as the Living Unbread. Yes, you heard that right. Feeding them will apparently save the kingdom, and that's your job after all. It can be completed both solo and with friends, and while going through in single player is enjoyable, it's all the better with a friend by your side to help out and rid the kingdom of the zombie infestation. Overall, Overcooked 2 is a satisfying sequel to the original game that is sure to please those who are looking for more. While not a sequel that really delivered anything new to the formula of the game, you are still getting new food types, new characters, and new kitchen designs, with some of them having that dynamic feature mentioned earlier. As a fan of the series, that's really all we need, isn't it? Thanks for checking out another one of our latest reviews brought to you by LevelDownGames.com. Be sure to show your support by leaving a comment down below, hitting that like button, and if you aren't already, subscribe to our channel. Level Down Games is completely self-funded, so if you're interested in seeing us continue to grow into something even bigger, consider supporting us through one or all of the affiliate links listed in the description box below. It would mean the absolute world to us. Be sure to also follow us over at twitch.tv/LevelDownGames for all the live streams and event coverage, and on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook if you want to follow us across social media. Again, check that description box below for the appropriate links.